Hi, everybody. This is. Let me get back in camera frame. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. My name is Cassie, and I'm here to do a reading for you guys. Um, I can't necessarily say that I feel any certain energy coming forward, except the fact that I wore pigtails today, but it felt a little bit Native Americanish to me, especially with the tiger's eye wolf moon earrings that I decided to wear along with my tiger's eye chakra necklace that I have on. So there's definitely something here about, oh, what does tiger's eye do for us? I know it's like protection, but let me see what else. I realized I was going to Google it and I realized I had a tiger eye crystal card that I'm going to read. So, tiger's eye is a gold brown quartz displaying a light reflecting optical phenomenon known as chatoyance or cat's eye that appears just below the stone's surface. So, this stone, the tiger's eye, is good for people overthinkers, people who overthink. It grounds you. So these could be Geminis or Virgos that it's good for. You can have it on a necklace, on a bracelet, use it with you during blessings or meditation. When your thoughts are working against you, use this to ground, okay? So, hey, so there must be. And then these two really called out to me while I was finding the tiger's eye, and that's shungite and malachite. So shungite is for when the when it's time to reclaim your energy from wherever it's been and whoever it's been with. Get real with your truth. So this is also for someone who is looking to be very honest with themselves, shungite. And then malachite is for blocked creativity. So this is for those that feel the creative pull but don't know how to use it. Like this is getting back in touch with your creative side here, which is interesting because I just did a sacral chakra guided meditation to clear and balance that chakra center. So I feel like since that came out that it might be beneficial for you to go check that out, which I'll have it linked in this description. Now amethyst is also calling to me, and almost every person I know has a piece of amethyst. So, if that's the only thing you have, use it. Crystals are here for us. I mean, I can believe that the earth has everything that we need, you guys. It truly does. And I truly feel that we can heal ourselves through nature and through natural remedies versus a pill or a procedure or an expensive surgery or a shot. And I know that I could get a lot of people that disagree with that, and that's totally fine. And I am not discrediting the miracles that have happened because of modern medicine. However, when things start having a million symptoms or side effects from it, then is that really the answer? It just feels like a band-aid. It solves this problem, but it causes this many more. That doesn't feel like what we need to put in our bodies. So I'm getting told I'm safe to put this out there. I never got vaccinated when COVID-19 came around. And it just didn't feel like everything in my body said, do not put that vaccine in your body because there's just a lot. And my gut feeling was to not do it. And now it's like I feel almost justified in that decision when I hear the struggles that some people are having because they got the vaccine. And so it was like, wow, I didn't put that unknown substance into my body, which I put a lot of unknown substances into my body. But it's like the gut feeling behind not to put that into my body was so big I couldn't ignore it. And I didn't judge anybody for doing it, because like people get vaccines all the time. It's supposed to prevent us from getting sick. And we are trusting the people that are putting this out there for us, but that was such a weird time, and I just felt like I'm going to take all the measures I can to prevent myself from getting sick, and then that's what I'm going to do. And if I get sick, which I did 3 times, you guys, I got COVID 3 times. And I honestly don't okay, give me just a second. Well, you guys, I took a phone call, and unfortunately, I don't remember what I was saying before that. And I was like, don't forget what you were saying. So if it's going to come back, it will. I literally cannot remember what I was talking about unless I played it back, which I can't without stopping the video. So, all right, you guys. Okay. I literally, I can't get it back. The last thing I remember talking about was my earrings. Well, and the fact that there's a wolf and a moon. This definitely feels like shadow, divine feminine energy. Definitely divine feminine energy. So I'm probably speaking, I'm directing. These messages feel like the divine feminine. So if you feel like you recognize yourself as a divine feminine, or at least healing, in that healing phase of life, or coming into the energy of the divine feminine, then this reading is probably for you. When I say divine feminine, you do not have to be a female to, what's the word? Identify as a divine feminine. So we have the first card here. It came out face down, so I have no idea what it is. And then we have 3 cards that came out all reversed, but that just didn't feel right. And so I checked my deck and it was upside down. And whenever that happens, that feels like an oopsie to me. That doesn't feel purposeful, and so I turned them right side up. I just want to be very honest and clear with y'all. So if you want me to, I can read them reversed, and so let's do that. Let me read them reversed, because maybe that is for a collective that's tuning in here. And that goes with the moon. I'm feeling reversed. As I turned them over, I almost got like the world flipped upside down, like almost like the upside down in Stranger Things or whatever, just like an underworld. So this is like the shadow world. So some of you are really dealing with the shadow world right now, which means you're dealing with your shadows, those triggers. You're getting triggered quite a bit, but I'm feeling you being aware of you being triggered and wanting to know why and wanting it to stop. And so that means you are willing to do the healing that needs to be done to get it to stop. Willing to do the healing. That sounds like a phrase that needs to be said. Okay, so I'm going to flip over yes. And this was, okay, so it's interesting that I was feeling the divine feminine, and here we have the Emperor reversed as I'm reading it reversed, right? So the Emperor reversed is like, I'm almost like some of you, I'm getting, you're not speaking your truth. My throat just kind of like stabbing pain in my throat all of a sudden. Whoo, and I'm losing my breath there. Yeah, so there's a truth not being spoken. Feelings are being denied. I'm hearing like shaky breath, shaky voice trembling, like you want to say something and it's like your body like sabotages you. And so there's this so now I feel like these 3 cards that came out are going to explain where that's coming from. This is the Knight of Pentacles reversed here. So I'm feeling the need to read each card individually. So it feels like, and I saw the word scrutiny, it feels like you've been scrutinized for how you handle yourself in the past. And so because of that, you kind of lost your voice. Like you don't feel safe to be yourself, to speak the truth, to do things your way because they've been under scrutiny, and it's made you not feel secure. So I do feel that root and sacral chakra kind of blocked here. And really doing those guided meditations that I'm putting out will be so beneficial for you. I know I feel the urge to put those meditations out for you because this is the collective that I've been tuning into. So I truly suggest you going, if not mine, someone else's or somewhere else, or do your own. I just feel like your sacral and root chakra, where you feel secure, where you're supposed to feel safe and confident and secure and creative and sensual. You don't feel those things. You're like a shell of yourself right now, I feel. But you are cracking that shell and you're getting to the insides here. So the next card is Eight of Swords reversed, and I feel that your thoughts have really, 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 really sabotaged you here. This negative mindset, this thinking the absolute worst, assuming the worst. Now, for some of you, I'm feeling that you can feel the feelings of other people, and it doesn't feel good, these feelings that you're getting from the other person. So that's making you feel paranoid in yourself, because you're picking up on what they're feeling and their insecurities, and it's becoming your own. You're going, oh gosh, do they really think that about me? So if you start feeling insecure out of nowhere or paranoid out of nowhere, think about who you've been around and what what that person is projecting. Okay. Is there more? This does feel like you are shifting into shifting from a fearful mindset into that of confidence, of coming from a place of passion and knowing that if you continue doing what you're doing, it's not going to get you to where you're going, and you want to get to where you're going. So I feel this pattern stopping. I feel that the dominoes are falling and then one just stops. I feel that you are that stopped domino and you're going, wait a second, why am I still moving in this direction? Is this going to get me what I want, what I need, who I want to show up as? I'm definitely feeling a masculine or masculines here now. So yeah. And then with the Two of Pentacles reversed, this is imbalance. I mean, you're just imbalanced right now. Because of those blocked chakras. Yeah, it goes back to the chakras, the root and the sacral. And with a balanced and cleared root chakra, you become the emperor. So let's turn those all around, and let's say that you this could be the same collective, and I'm feeling several ways here that this could be the same collective that was just reversed and choosing to stop and break the pattern and then reading the energy. Or this is a different collective that was upright from the beginning. So I'm going to read both of those, okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And also be discerning in the information you're getting. If you're trying to make it fit, then just leave it behind. It's not meant for you. If it's like, oh my God, they're talking about me, it's probably for you. Okay, so with the upright, this is you deciding to break the pattern. And so that is the first step. That is you going, oh, wait, I don't have to keep going this way. And then as soon as you do that, you initiate the timeline of the Emperor. And so with the Emperor becomes taking control of your life. Taking control and working towards the goal that you actually want to see being fulfilled, not the one that you totally want to avoid. And I saw you go, and you saw yourself. I see you seeing yourself going down that path of breakdown, like total rock bottom. And you don't want to get there. So you're stopping now. Yeah, I feel this emotion welling up in you because nobody sees that inner fight, you know? Nobody sees you struggling. You put on the face that you want the world to see. And so there's not many people that actually see what you're doing, you know? And I do feel a need in you to be validated or like affirmed. And so this emotion is almost like, oh my God, I'm affirmed by that. Like you resonate with what I just said. And that is spirit saying, yes, we see you. We know you're doing the work. There's that emotion again. I could be feeling their pride for you in doing stopping. That stop motion, like, wait, and just questioning, like, is this really what I want to be doing? Why am I continuing to do this if this is not what I want to be doing? If it doesn't bring me happiness, why am I doing it? Okay. Yeah, that feels like something. I don't think those cards fit anymore. Okay, so this is you stepping into going after it. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, this is you working towards it. This is you bringing in the cheese. The big stinky cheese. Yeah, the cheddar. You're bringing it in. Yes. You are dealing with that negative mindset, and I almost see you kind of stuck there for a second, but it won't last, because with the Two of Pentacles, right, you're coming back into balance. So when you do that, it's like the veil lifts and you see clearly and you have clarity. And King of Swords. Yeah, I'm definitely getting masculinity here. King of Swords comes out because this is you actually speaking your truth now, feeling safe to speak your truth now, finally saying what you've needed to say, but this is speaking it from an emotional, mature place, not behind anger and fear. This is balancing out that root and sacral so that you get rid of that fear, and you're like, wait a second, I have to say how I feel. I deserve to say how I feel. How come they get to say how they feel and I don't? Why am I shrinking myself for them when they're not doing that for me, you know? This is definitely coming back into balance, I feel. So good for you. And I'm feeling like the reason I feel like that collective I just tapped into was the collective I felt from the beginning if those cards had been upright. So this is the same collective. And here comes that ego. Here comes those temptations. I'm seeing that with some success that you get, that temptations come back because now you have money. What are you going to do with that money? You going to spend it on the things you spent it on before? Is that who you want to show up as? Where do you want to spend your money now that's actually productive for you meeting your goals? Yeah, this is something that really worries you. I don't feel that you trust yourself. And that's where that self-sabotage is coming in, because you don't trust yourself with this money, so you sabotage it. You go back to this cycle of worry and anxiety and fear and guilt and shame. It's like you need to work on your worthiness of having money and trust yourself that you're going to do the right thing with it, because you're healing and growing. You're not gonna want to spend the money on those temptations that you've had in the past. You're going to want to spend it on things that actually make sense and actually feel good to you, not a temporary fix, you know? Spending money is almost like eating sugar. It's like retail therapy for some people. They call it that to justify that feeling. It's just another dopamine hit for some people. But once you do the healing and growing, you don't have the need to spend money to feel good anymore. You go, oh, actually I need to save that money, or I can spend it here instead and it'll actually grow my money. There's better ways to spend money that are better for you. The Knight of Cups has come out now. Cames. So this is romance here. You see me get tongue-tied? This is a romantic partner coming in who just makes you kind of like I'm seeing the cartoon with I don't know if it's a dog or a cat, but their tongue rolls out and their eyes pop out. It's like, oh, hubba, 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 It's like there's a lot of just romance and beauty attraction here coming. And I feel this from both ways, like a high attraction here. Okay. Oof. Come on. Sorry, I got stuck air, so I know that there's some feelings that are being felt and not being said. Definitely some feelings being felt and not being said. So let's see what's going on there. And of course, there she is. Do we have the Emperor and the Empress on this? I'm trying to make a YouTube still so I can do the cover, Empress and Emperor here. Total balance. Total two beings in total balance. Wow. So I definitely feel that a feminine is coming towards the masculine, but I also feel a masculine coming towards the feminine. There is definitely just movement towards this. And then we have the Fool, you guys. This is a new beginning. So I feel that the masculine is the one working on themselves a lot right now, and the feminine is waiting on them. I feel for some of the collective, the feminine is waiting on them to do their healing and growing, while I say she for feminine, but it doesn't have to be, it's not gender based, it's energy based. Okay. So this feminine, I feels like a female to me, but she has done the work and is waiting on the masculine. And in this instance, I feel a male. So it feels like a female is waiting on a male to, and doesn't it always seem that way? From what I've experienced, it seems like the females are always waiting on the males to do the healing and growing. So that's a good research topic to look into. Why are males so more resistant to healing and growing than females, than feminines? Why are masculines resistant to this? Okay, so we got the Judgment card. Yeah, this is, oh man. So when you come into, you might already have actually. For some of the collective, I'm feeling you've already met. And there might have been this separation period, I'm feeling. But now with the healing that's been done by both the masculine and the feminine, this starts a new transformation that I just get like, you get to decide what your life will look like from here on out. It's a new beginning. It's a restart. It's like you leveled up and now you get to choose how you want to show up in the world together. It's so fun, you guys. This is fun energy I'm feeling. Like it's like y'all know how together you're unstoppable. It feels like a power couple. Like I'm just going even quicker in my shuffling right now. All right, I do feel the need to kind of shuffle the energy up a little bit with my cards. All right, what's next? Okay, so the Five of Wands comes out. So it does feel like you may have to fight a little bit for this relationship, that there's people who are not happy about your union. And it does feel like, and I just saw 25 on the clock. So that's a confirmation of this union. And both of you have been going through changes and healing and growth and downloads and releasing, surrendering. It's big energy, you guys. It's big, big energy. And so after y'all come together and you're kind of put to the test to make sure that this is exactly what you wanted. And there are people that are not going to like y'all coming together is what I'm feeling. But it's like that doesn't even matter because of the love and the connection that y'all have. I mean, this is your person. This is the Emperor and the Empress. You can't deny this connection. It's intense. It's intense. And the world comes out to say that this is, I'm getting, and that's why I couldn't, now I feel it. Once I touched the card, I understood. This is y'all's last reincarnation together on Earth. Now, I'm not saying that you won't be together and whatever happens afterwards, but this is y'all's last reincarnation together. Your purposes, your evolution, you've reached the highest level you can go while on Earth. And you finish out the journey together. I mean, it's so beautiful. It reminds me of The Notebook. I mean, The Notebook is basically that journey, the twin flame journey, the journey of, meeting your person, and then they had a separation and they go about their lives, and then, but of course they still feel each other. And then he did what he wanted to do by buying that house and fixing it up, and she went on to do what she could do with what she had the choice that was made for her. And there was an interference because somebody took the letters that he tried to communicate to her with. So that just goes to show that sometimes there is a need, and that was like, I'm hearing the universe stepping in to keep them separated so that they could do the healing and growing they needed to do. And so that's what I feel. If you are going through this separation period with each other, you probably met. You might have met already in this life. You might have spent time together and could feel the intenseness of the connection, but it was just not like people didn't want that connection to work. And so I feel this separation that happened. Okay. But you're at a point now where you're so like, I feel the energy of just being done. You're so done with living life how you've been living it, and you're so ready to live the life of your dreams. And I'm getting emotional again because that's the point you're at. You're just like, Spirit, what can I do? What can I do? What is the next step? What do I need to do? And something you're going to have to do is reflect on where this sadness is coming from. There's some sadness in you. This feels like the baggage that needs to be dealt with. And so that makes me feel like, you guys, that you may come into union with your person before you've done your full healing journey. And that's okay because it's meant to happen like that. But because of that, you're going to have to face this feeling of sadness, which is vulnerable. It's a vulnerable thing to express sadness and to deal with it with your person. So for some of you, I do feel like this is a loss of someone. And so you're going to go through that together. This is going to test your union. 5 of Swords. So, I wish I could say that when y'all come into union that everything's going to be butterflies and unicorns and rainbows, but there's still a journey here. I mean, the Fool comes out. This is a new journey together, but instead of doing it alone or with someone you're not supposed to be with or a karmic person, this is your person now. So it's not so scary because you're with your person. Y'all are doing it together. I just got that for some of you, when you're with your person, there's almost this fear of losing them. And so that's the sadness I feel too, is that you're like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm scared I might lose it. And that song, Beautiful Things by Benson Boone, comes to mind. I'm not going to sing it because there's no way. But you know what I'm talking about. It's so popular. And that's what that song is. Like, he's got it so good now. He's so scared of it leaving, And that's where the healing and the balance comes in. And not focusing on the past or the future, but really living in the moment, the present moment. It's called a present for a reason. Okay, that feels to me completed as far as the tarot, but I am getting to get my angel cards for one last message from the angels. Yes, so let me clear that up. Here it is. Okay. I'm getting that you may be seeing blue or attracted to blue a lot lately. And I'm also getting that there's someone in your life who wears blue a lot that almost comes off angelic to you. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, let's see what angel wants to come forward as a message for this collective. The angel of enthusiasm. The angel of enthusiasm. Okay. Look at that path, how it gets rocky. So it goes from smooth to rocky. And that angel's just like, let's go. Let's do this. Yes. So just whistling her tune, even though she can see straight ahead that there is some bumpiness coming, some rough, but she has on her shoes. She has done the healing work. She's grown and she's ready to take this on. And that's how you need to be. You stop being scared of life and just bring it on. Let's do this, like I'm ready. I'm ready to feel love, and I'm ready to feel to feel the love that I know I'm deserving of. Enthusiasm is a burst of inspiration that comes from spirit. It is the certainty that we will never meet an uninteresting person or live moments of boredom. I'm getting the story. I was watching a movie that had some really tough scenes for me to watch. And I was like, but it's a movie, And I was like, why is this making me so uncomfortable? It's not that it was brutal or gory, or it was just an uncomfortable topic for me. And so I was like wanting to look away. And I was like, Cassie, you should be able to look at something that you don't identify with and just see it objectively and not judge it or take it on as yours. So I forced myself to watch this uncomfortable scene in the movie as objectively as possible, with no judgment. And so I did, and I was able to do it. And I can't even remember what the scene was at this point, but I remember the feeling. And so I'm getting that If you're approached with something that seems uncomfortable, ask yourself, why is this making you uncomfortable? And force yourself to face it on. Force yourself to look at that person and or that makes you feel uncomfortable and just be like, you're a human being. That's it. You're a human being. Okay? And take judgment away. And then you can actually have an open, honest conversation with that person. Okay? Everybody has everything going on all the time, you guys. We're all imbalanced until we're balanced. And when you get balanced, you run into more balanced people. So if you find an imbalanced person, there is still an imbalance in you, because what we see and experience is reflected onto is reflecting our imbalances to us. Okay? So we will end there, you guys. I am sending much love and light to you. And please check out those meditations, those guided meditations to clear and balance the root and sacral chakra. Yeah. And if you resonate with me and you dig my energy, then check me out on Etsy at Spiritual Teacher for You, and you can see the services that I offer. All right. Bye, guys.